Embassy Nightclub's Haunted Cocktail Mansion. Friday at 8 till Saturday morning at 5, the 8th Annual Haunted Cocktail Mansion. You can score your VIP table now at 702-609-6666.
And don't forget about the $2,000 sexy costume contest.
Sponsored by Vegas Forward.
What's it going to be?
3355 Procyon, Las Vegas, 702-609-6666.
There are two ways to file your taxes this year, the basic way and the Melbourne way. With the Melbourne method, we use your life events to determine the biggest refund possible. So don't be basic, use Melbourne. What we know will make you dough.
Who are you talking to?
What?
Call 725-266-3403 for a free consultation. The number again is 725-266-3403. Use Melbourne this tax season.
We all know ticks suck blood, but not just in the woods. Ticks can be almost anywhere year-round. Even though some are smaller than the head of a pin, they're big trouble. Even a tiny tick can make you super sick. So wear protective clothing and an EPA-registered insect repellent. And when you shower, remember, check for ticks everywhere. If you get a tick, tell an adult and go to ticksuck.org to learn how to remove it properly. Ticks suck, but being outdoors shouldn't. Ticksuck.org.
Out of nowhere, a crash can happen when you least expect it.
We didn't see it coming.
Not all injuries are apparent at the time of the crash.
Within a matter of seconds, all we heard was two cars colliding together. Took my husband to the hospital. There's more to car accidents and insurance and everything that has to do with them than you understand. So we were referred to Jonathan Nelson because the case was more complicated than we initially thought.
Here at J.K. Nelson, we just want you to concentrate on one thing, getting better. Leave the rest to us. Give us a call today, 727-9900. That's J.K. Nelson Law at 727-9900.
They could help you better than you could ever help yourself, and I would highly recommend J.K. Nelson Law.
Call J.K. Nelson Law at 775-727-9900.
Thank you for once again voting the Pahrump Valley Auto Plaza Best of Pahrump as #1 in vehicle sales and service 4 years in a row. Visit PahrumpCars.com to check out our amazing lineup of Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, along with tons of high-quality pre-owned vehicles of all makes and models. Plus, get your vehicle's value, a free credit score, even get pre-approved. Our goal is finding you the right vehicle and making it the right price. Need your vehicle serviced? PahrumpCars.com has you covered. Click on Service and Parts to schedule an oil change, tune-up, or any repair, big or small. Our ASE and GM trained technicians do it all. While you're there, check out our new accessories page and customize your ride today. All accessories can be shipped directly to you or be sent to the Auto Plaza for easy installation. That's PahrumpCars.com.
This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Give them a call, 727-9900. News is also brought to you by Desert View Hospital. You can count on us.
Welcome to News 25 here on KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio. Today is Friday, October 28th. Well, the Nevada Secretary of State has put a halt on hand counting the paper ballots today here in Nye County, stating that the process is illegal. Interim Nye County Clerk Mark Comp thinks he might have a solution and hopes to get started again if the state approves his process.
Well, we've been asked by the Nevada Supreme Court to stop our process because of an action taken by the ACLU. And the process we were using was really, the issue was reading the ballot out loud, and so that the talliers could record their result. This process really was put in place in response to the Secretary of State's temporary regulation T-002 that was established that said you should read the ballot out loud for the count. So I'm very glad that we didn't implement that for our complete count process and continue with the electronic tabulation. So we're taking a pause. We've already come up with a methodology to proceed with the hand count that will not involve reading the ballot out loud. And we are working to submit that to the Secretary of State's office for approval. And once we get that approval, and I feel confident that we will, but again, it's up to them to approve that process, we will begin our hand count again and continue on with the process, but this time without reading the ballots aloud.
The way they're set up is each group is a group of 5. You have the 3 tally takers that are just literally putting hash marks next to names. You have a reader that just with a ruler goes down and reads the name for each part. You have a verifier that's literally sitting next to them and just watching them read the names to make sure they read the correct one with the bubble in. And as they read them, we put hash marks. Once we're all done with that little batch of ballots, we all do our math on the hash marks, and then one of the talliers reads their numbers down the row, and we confirm with ours. And if they're correct, we move on. If there's a discrepancy, we write mismatch on it. We have a second sheet, and we turn around and just redo that stack with just that section of it. So if there was a miscount with the governors, one was 8 and one was 9, but somebody had 9 and 8, we would just redo that whole governor section again.
In this process, we were using a team of 5, a reader, a tallier, 3 talliers, and a verifier. The verifier was checking what the reader was saying. The process that we are considering would involve just 3 talliers writing down the results from a ballot on a tally sheet and then passing it to the next person in silence with meaningful observation from a distance that is appropriate. And in that way, there won't be any reading of the results out loud, but we will still be able to continue with our tallying and will allow us to better utilize the resources we have because we've eliminated 2 positions that we can redeploy on tallying. This has no impact on the vote. The paper ballot process is going smoothly. We are reconciling our ballots that we issue to the people that register every day completely. The tabulation using the electronic machine is already in process for those ballots that come through the mail. And then on election day, we will tabulate electronically those ballots that are early voting and election day voting. So that process is going on as we anticipated without a hitch.
Well, after the groundbreaking ruling on Wednesday concerning the dogs that were owned by Vasily Platonov being held on the properties in Amargosa and Pahrump in horrific conditions, Nye County is getting ready to turn over that custody to the ASPCA since they now have custody of the animals who have been deemed their property following the hearing. Captain Harry Means with the Nye County Sheriff's Office and Tasha Crabtree with Nye County Animal Control spoke to our camera.
So this week we won the civil case portion of this to relinquishing the custody from Platonov to Nye County. And so we're going to be starting the process to release them to the ASPCA to get them further treatment. Obviously a move of this many dogs is going to take a lot of coordination, possibly multiple moves over several weeks. So at this point we're just in the planning stages with them to figure out how this is going to be accomplished. Overall they're doing better than they were, obviously. They still need further care, medical care, and then behavioral issues that they're going to try to work out with them. There is a judgment over $100,000 to reimburse the county for the care that was the cost of the care that we've expended so far. So donations were made. Those were used to buy the initial supplies needed to get this operation up and running. And since then, the county's been footing the bill after those donations have been spent. Until we are rid of them, we would gladly accept donations, and we accept donations at all times at the shelter to help with the care of the animals.
Yesterday in court, it was incredible to hear that we were given custody of these animals. You know, it feels like we've been waiting for this moment for a really long time. Obviously, when we got these guys, they're in really bad shape, so we're continuing to treat wounds. We're continuing to do grooming if their behavior will allow us to do so, and just try to better them overall. You know, things like nail trims and getting deep ear cleanings, things like that. I'd say I definitely have seen a significant change as far as these animals' physical appearance and their general behavior. So they're gaining weight. Every day they're gaining weight. Their coat is actually coming in after being brushed out and cleaned. They're in better spirits. They are receiving daily enrichment. So their attitude overall is great. And they're a lot more friendly and happier to see people. We are transferring these animals to the ASPCA because they definitely have the resources to take care of them. They still have significant medical needs, as well as the need for sterilization, spay and neuter, and they still require behavior assessment and rehabilitation. So they have the staff, they have the facilities to do that, and we are more than happy to give these animals the best shot they got. At this point right now, we will not have any available for adoption. Yeah, so ASPCA is still accepting donations, and then we, of course, have a GoFundMe through Nye County Sheriff's Office, 300 Sea Shepherds. Food donations, again, we are more than happy to accept food donations. Please, 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 these dogs eat a ton, and we're open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
More news, including details of the court hearing when we return.
Don't let just anyone detail your car. Trust the meticulous detailers at Express Detail and Auto Spa. We have packages ranging from routine maintenance and upkeep to extensive wheel-off restore to factory new clean. Got a new car or paint job? Don't go to Vegas, we're local. Let us keep it protected from chips and scratches with a premium ceramic coat. We also do paint correction. Have a dirt or pet hair problem? Let us take care of it. We can handle any mess. Bring your car down and give it the makeover it deserves. Give us a call, 775-764-0344, and ask for me, Stephanie.
You got bills and you need some pay? Then come be a cowboy trucker at Ponderosa Dairies in Amargosa Valley. They're currently seeking experienced CDL drivers to haul hay, grain, and milk while earning up to $1,800 a week. This isn't a job, it's a career. Whether you hit the open road or drive around Nevada's biggest dairy, they offer a great wage, benefits, and 401k retirement package. If you have what it takes to be a good hand, isn't it time you ride for the brand? The beautiful Ponderosa Dairies are currently hiring qualified CDL drivers who have doubles and tankers endorsements, as well as the ability to drive a standard transmission. They're also in need of drivers for front-end loaders. If this is you, call for Ed now. 702-682-3339. Once again, 702-682-3339. Send an email with your information to ap@ponderosadairy.com. Join the family at Ponderosa Dairy.
Everyone deserves quality health care, but not everyone can afford it. That's why Silver State Health Services is providing high-quality, cost-effective health care to those who need it the most. Whatever your status, uninsured or underinsured, from babies to seniors, primary care to behavioral health, our mission is to offer everyone access to quality, affordable care. Silver State Health Services, dedicated to building a healthy community. Make your appointment today at silverstatehealth.org.
2022 has been nicknamed the Great Resignation. If you find yourself in this situation and want to change careers, why not invest in yourself and build your own business? A career in real estate is one where hard work is rewarded with unlimited income. Sound good? We have an online pre-licensing school available. Call me, Norma Jean, at 775-209-5819.
Hi, this is David with eCells e-bikes, located right here in Pahrump, Nevada. We were the first manufacturer in the world to offer twin motor, twin battery, full suspension designed e-bikes. eCells e-bikes, ECELLS.com, 702-960-2015. You come on by, we'll give you a free ride and check out one of these babies.
I'm already on Medicare. Can I ignore all this mail? I keep hearing I can get more from my Medicare. How do I do that?
Reply hazy. Ask again.
This 8-ball's just as confused as everyone else.
You're not using that right. Give me that. Where can I get Medicare advice?
The Medicare store.
Have you tried calling your neighbors at the Medicare store? Find a location near you at themedicarestore.com.
Hablamos español.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest-reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. And here is a sneak peek inside Judge Lane's courtroom during Wednesday's hearing concerning the Caucasian Shepherds. The Honorable Judge Robert Lane has awarded the Est Alpha Kennel dogs to Nye County. That includes the 5 dogs that caretaker Oksana Higgins were stating to the court that were her own personal dogs. This was the ruling on a civil case that was held on Wednesday morning in district court following a bankruptcy hearing in which the custody was held up for the abused and neglected animals, which were confiscated from a property in Amargosa and Pahrump. The judge's ruling made clear that these dogs, which were a total in excess of 300, were no doubt abused.
Here today on a dispositional hearing for the dogs and motions for return of the property and to suppress evidence. The motion to return property is denied. The motion to suppress evidence is denied. For the dispositional hearing pursuant to 574.055 subsection 4, I'm going to order that the Sheriff's Office use their discretion regarding auction, destruction, or continuing the care for disposition as the officers see fit. I'm going to make a finding that there was abuse and neglect of the animals. The evidence was overwhelming. Pursuant to the Askew case, although there are different degrees of abuse, if some dogs are abused greatly and some are abused just a little bit, the court can forfeit all the dogs, so we're going to forfeit all the dogs. I haven't heard any testimony from Ms. Higgins that the 5 dogs are hers or which 5 dogs it was. And since she was present in Amargosa Valley when the dogs were going through the mistreatment, I find that all the dogs should be forfeited pursuant to that statute. And the arguments about the Sheriff's Office, Commissioner Carbone's, or the court are red herrings to the only issues that are at bar right now. Tom may develop them in the future for criminal or other civil matters, but for this hearing, they're red herrings. And I concur with the state's analysis of the trustee for the bankruptcy.
The motion to suppress was not heard in Judge Lane's courtroom on Wednesday. That has been filed in Beatty Justice Court concerning the 5 charges that Vasily Platnov and Oksana Higgins are now facing concerning these animals. The hearing is now scheduled for January 9th of 2023. It's unclear if Nye County will seek that the pair will not be allowed to own or breed animals again. The judge in the civil case did order a lien in the amount of $114,315.44 for the care of the dogs to be paid to Nye County. Dr. Saver from the ASPCA and the Nye County Animal Shelter Manager, Tasha Crabtree, gave testimony in court of the details of the conditions of these animals. Dr. Saver went over each animal and the body index score and injuries, infections, fractures, missing limbs, dental disease, ear and eye infections, conditions of muscle loss, temperament, malnourishment, and more in detail.
Were there any other types of infections other than ear infections?
Yeah, as I previously talked about, many of these wounds were infected. Infected wounds usually exude pus-containing discharge or serosanguinous discharge. So there was evidence that many of these wounds were untreated and infected. Two of the dogs that received forensic examinations had masses. One dog had a black mass on the end of his muzzle or his nose. Another dog had 4 separate masses. She had one mass that was hanging and pulling the skin on the left side of her face. She had another on one of her forelimbs, one along her back, and then on the ventral aspect or the lower aspect of her right mandible or jaw.
No, the very few kennels, like I said, that had water, they had these algae muddy buckets, and they were only partially filled. So it was so hot out there. I honestly can't believe that there are kennels without water.
Did you make an observation regarding all the dogs regarding their reaction to these conditions?
Yeah, overall they appeared sad, uncomfortable. they were agitated, to say the least. You know, again, being cohabitated like that is not ideal, not only for this breed, an animal this size, or animals that are left without food or water.
Well, one motorcycle rider has been transported by Mercy Air following a crash on Pahrump Valley Boulevard that occurred earlier this week. One motorcycle rider was transported to Mercy Air Base 21 as a result of a single-vehicle motorcycle crash that occurred on Pahrump Valley Boulevard near Idaho Street. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies arrived on scene. The motorcycle was off the roadway. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies are investigating the cause of this crash. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue were able to transport the rider to the air base, where the rider was subsequently airlifted to a trauma center in Las Vegas. And a T-bone type crash last night blocks traffic temporarily on the roadway. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies and Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue were dispatched to a two-vehicle crash last night on Dandelion and Calvada Boulevard. Both drivers declined to be transported by local ambulance to the hospital at the time of the crash. A driver told News 25 at the time of the incident that the sedan involved in this incident failed to yield at the stop sign. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies are investigating. And as we head into our break, here's a word from one of our sponsors.
This Medical Minute is brought to you by Spring Mountain Medical, healthcare the way you've always imagined it.
Hi, I'm Marquita Arajo with Spring Mountain Medical, your hometown health and wellness provider. Today I'm going to talk about weight management. Weight control is a serious business. Maintaining a proper weight is critical to every aspect of your health. Uncontrolled body mass and weight can lead to stroke, heart attack, diabetes, cancer, and a range of other dangerous health conditions. Not to mention, it can put you at risk for other serious illnesses like COVID-19. So take control by doing the following. Monitor the types of food and the quantities you consume. Establish an exercise regimen that is tolerable and approved by your healthcare provider, and get 8 hours of sleep per night. That is also recommended for adults. Most of the time, controlling our weight is best achieved with someone like me who can help. Schedule an appointment to see me today so we can get you back on track to maintain a healthy weight and a vibrant life. I'm Marquita Arajo, and this has been the Medical Minute brought to you by Spring Mountain Medical.
When you're hurt in a car wreck, this is what the insurance companies want to pay you. This is what we want to get you. Call Lerner & Rowe Injury Attorneys today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
Now handling Zantac cases.
Over the years, you pay your insurance. But the minute you're in a car wreck, the insurance companies treat you like a crook.
Don't be bullied by the insurance companies. Get Lerner & Rowe.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. Also brought to you by Silver State Health. Visit silverstatehealth.org or call 702-471-0420 for an appointment. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, we're going to go to Josh Osborne, who's going to talk to us a little bit about his Great Computer Deals Tech Tip, which is something a lot of us kind of deal with, which is having too high expectations for low-end technology.
Hey guys, Josh Osborne here with Pahrump Zone Great Computer Deals. It's time for another quick tutorial. Today's topic, the most common issues we see at our computer repair center and how to avoid them, part 5. Let's go ahead and wrap this topic up. You think the biggest technology issue that's facing our customers at this day and age would be their lack of computer knowledge, but that's actually not the case at all. You'd be surprised to find that over 50% of the problems that we help people solve are completely avoidable regardless of a customer's computer literacy. Today's last topic, having too high of expectations for low-end or older technology. Many people come into our store just frustrated because their device isn't fast enough or doesn't have all the bells and whistles that they were hoping for. Many times we can tell immediately why this is the case. It's normally caused by low-end technology. We'll call it Walmart level electronics, or older technology, computers that are 10 plus years old. Remember the saying, can't get blood from a turnip? This is true with computers as well. You can't buy the cheapest thing on the shelf and then be surprised when it doesn't perform as well as the higher end, more expensive models. This is also true for older computers. You can't install the new Windows 11 on a machine built 15 years ago and expect it to run without issues. So, how do we avoid these problems? Well, remember when Dad used to say, you get what you pay for? This still holds true with just about everything. Purchasing name brand is usually the best option, but also being aware of the exact model you're getting as well. Just because there's a Dell, HP, or Samsung logo on your device doesn't make it good quality. Most tech companies produce high-end electronics with really good materials and low-end electronics where corners are cut to allow for a cheaper price tag. Do your research, read online reviews, talk with professionals before investing in any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It'd be much better to save up and wait for a device that will last, as opposed to getting something cheap right away and regretting it very quickly. You guys still need some help? Well, come on down to our store. We're located at 1190 East Highway 372, across the street from Pizza Hut, and in the same plaza as Game Corner, Arcade, and Fun Center. Or give us a call, 775-990-8833. We're open from Monday through Friday, 9 to 3. Anyway, that's it for today's lesson. I will catch you guys on the next one.
I bet you Josh is going to be having his trick-or-treating event on Halloween night down there at Great Computer Deals. And speaking of that, pumpkins, black cats, spider webs, and witches can only mean one thing. It's almost Halloween. And to keep your little ghosts and goblins safe while trick-or-treating, Dr. Purva Grover with Cleveland Clinic Children says kids need to see clearly through their costume.
With eye masks and those really little cute stuff which the kids wear with ghouls and stuff, making sure that it does not restrict their eyesight.
Dr. Grover suggests starting out earlier when there's still daylight and it's easier for everyone to see both trick-or-treaters and drivers. If out after dark, she recommends lighter colored clothing or reflective costumes. Glow sticks and flashlights can make kids more visible too. She says a costume should be easy to walk in and short enough to expose a child's feet or toes to avoid tripping. If you're handing out treats and looking for alternatives to candy, Dr. Grover says to try stickers, rub-on tattoos, or toys. And if you're offering allergen-free treats, you can put teal pumpkins out to alert parents there are goodies for kids with food allergies.
Water, pretzels, glow sticks, bracelets. The sky is the limit for all of those things. So making sure that you are able to offer them to kids who cannot get that candy. And if you are giving out that candy or you're taking that candy, making sure that it's safe for your kids to eat.
And if your child comes home with a huge amount of candy, Dr. Grover says it should be consumed in moderation. Excess treats can be donated or frozen to be enjoyed later.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
There is a couple of events happening tonight. One's at Artesian Cellars, one's at Shenanigans, and one's at Inspirations. And it's a beautiful day out there. We're going to find out more about your weather in just a minute.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. We made it to Friday. Hooray, hooray. And look at this weather map. It's getting kind of chilly out there, getting to be sweatshirt weather up in Fernley, 62 degrees. Fallon and Carson City tied at 63. Tonopah, the Cool Spot Award, 57 degrees, 58 in Goldfield. You almost made it, Goldfield. 67 out in Beatty at 70 degrees out in Amargosa. Is that the best we've got? It's pretty close. Actually, we're tied here in Pahrump. Las Vegas saw 68, and Death Valley at 81 degrees seems downright pleasant. Great time to visit Death Valley. Here in the Paradise Pahrump, 69 degrees. That's our current temperature. It was 70 just a little bit earlier, so we did tie Amargosa. Look at us go. But I have a feeling our low tonight will be a little bit warmer. I think we won the best weather award all of Nevada. Sun rose this morning at 7:03. It's setting this evening. Look for it at 5:51. There's going to be some clouds that kind of transit in this evening, and then they're going to transit away. So we're going to see some beautiful colors in the sky as the sun sets at 5:51, and we head down to our low of 43 degrees. But I think it'll be clear by morning. I don't know. What would this set us up for the week? Do we have clear skies? Yeah, it looks clear skies. Perfect. 7 miles per hour wind next 3-4 days. Temperatures all the way up to 78 degrees come Sunday. Oh, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're starting to get some wind picking up and clouds, and we may see some rain Wednesday, Thursday. That's a weather system coming in we're keeping our eye on, because look at that, Thursday, 54 degrees, downright chilly. Yep, good weekend to go buy yourself a sweatshirt or a coverall, something. Make some plans. Back to the desk. Here's Deanna.
All right, tonight and tomorrow night, Artesian Cellars is having an event. Tonight is for kids, tomorrow night is for adults. And don't forget, Pahrump Senior Center Dance tomorrow from 5 until 9 p.m. You can buy tickets at the door. I'm going to DJ, so I'll see you there. And of course, from everyone up here at KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio, we'll see you Monday night, of course, at the Halloween event on Halloween, starting at 5 until 8 p.m. We hope you have a wonderful weekend. And of course, we'll keep up to date on all the Halloween events on our KPVM Facebook page. Good night.
This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Give them a call, 727-9900.